Let us now move on to take up a very important topic, which is the topic of present participles. Present participles, because they come and in place of the lat affix, lat, which is prescribed vartamane by 3 to 123 vartamane lat, which we know very well. And this sutram here is 3 to 124, which is the Anantaram sutram, which is the next rule. And this one says latashatrishana chava prathama samanadhikarane. Latashatrishana chava prathama samanadhikarane. And the vritti says aprathamantena samanadhikaranye satityarthaha. So the affix lat is replaced by shatru or shanach as long as the derived form is in agreement with, which has the same reference as, a word which ends in a nominal ending other than the nominative. Now, which one do you choose, shatru or shanach? Recall by the sutram 1499, left parasmaipadam. Left parasmaipadam, any adesha which comes in place of lakaraha is designated as parasmaipadam. But tangana vatmanepadam, which means the affixes in the tang pratyaharaha, the 9 affixes ta, atam, ja, etc., as well as the affix an is designated as atmanepadam. So here we have shanach, which after anubandha lopaha is an. So that is atmanepadam, while shatru is by the default left parasmaipadam. It's parasmaipadam. So when the dhatu dictates a parasmaipadam affix to be added, then in that case we use shatru. When the atmanepadi dhatu is there, then following that we use shanach. So that's why we say shatru or shanach. Of course, dhatu is ubhayapadi, then we can use shatru or shanach. Okay, now what is this thing about aprathama samana adhikaranye? See, these are adjectival forms. These participles which are created by adding this affix shatru or shanach creates an adjectival form. That must be qualifying a noun somewhere, because their gender, number, case is dictated by the noun which they qualify. And if that noun form happens to be ending in the prathama vibhakti, then we cannot use this adesh of shatru or shanach. That is the condition which is stipulated here. So in that case, the lat will only have to be replaced by the tiptajji, etc. We cannot use this shatru or shanach in place of lat if the derived form has the same reference point, is pointing to the same person or thing which is being pointed to by a noun ending in a nominative case. So that is the condition here. Let's take a quick example. It says pachantam chaitram pashya. So look at a person named Chaitraha. Who is cooking? Now in English, these present participles have this ending ing, like looking, cooking, seeing, going, etc. But one major difference is that in English, they are like indeclinables. They don't change. Like he is going, we are going, all of them are going, the two of you are going, everybody is going. So that form going does not change. But here, like pachantam is qualifying chaitram. If you make it narim pashya, it will be pachantim narim pashya. So gender, number, case of that participle form has to match the gender, number, case of the persons or things which it is qualifying. So that is very important difference between English and here. In both cases the present participles, but here they have to be in agreement with the thing or person that they are qualifying. Okay, so pachantam chaitram pashya. Let's derive this form pachantam. First, let's derive the pratipadikam pachat from the verbal root pacha, which is do pachash pakena dhatu pataha. So we start with pach plus lat. We start by using the sutram vartamane lat. 3 to 123 vartamane lat. So this is in the present tense. Now remove these letters by upadeshe jananasik it halantyam tasya lopaha. So akarasit sanya, takarasit sanya, tasya lopaha. We get pach plus la. Now at this point, instead of bringing tip tasji, etc. by 3, 4, 78, we form a participle by using 3 to 124. Let us shatrishane chava prathama samanadhikarane. Because we know that it's going to be qualifying chaitram, which is not ending in the nominative case. So therefore we are allowed to use a participle form. So, and we also know this dhatu pach is ubhayapadi, because in the dhatu pataha, this du pachash, the akaraha following the chakaraha, which is the it letter, has a svarita svaraha. So therefore by 1372 स्वरितज्ञतः कर्तृविप्राय क्रियाफले आत्मनेपदम अथवा 1378 शेषात् कर्तृपरस्य पदम इति परस्य पदम. So let's take the parasya padam here by 1378 शेषात् कर्तृपरस्य padam. Then, as we already discussed by 1499, laf parasya padam shatri gashti parasya pada sanya, while Shanach has the Atmanepada Sanya by 14100 Tangana Atmanepadam. So therefore we bring in the Shatra Adeshaha. Remove these letters Shakarasit Sanya by Lashak Padadite and Rikarasit Sanya by Upadeshe Janunasiketasya Lopaha. Remember that this Shatra as well as Shanach, they have this Talavya Shakara as a it by Lashak Padadite. So by Ting Shit Sarvadhatukam, Shatra as well as Shanach, Gashti Sarvadhatuka Sanya. And they are being used Kartari default by Kartari Krit 3467. Any Krit Pratyaya has the default use Kartari. So that means that we have to now bring in Shap by Kartari Shap. Because this dhatu belongs to the bhavadi ganaha. This dhatu would belong to another ganaha. We have to bring in the appropriate gana vikaranaha for that ganaha. So that is one very important thing to remember when we use this substitution Shatru or Shanach, is that because they have the sanya of sarvadhatukam, therefore shap or apavada of shap comes in between the dhatu and this Shatru or Shanach. So in this case Kartari Shab by 3168. Anubandha lopaha lashak patadite shakarasit sanya halantyam pakarasit sanya tasya lopaha. And then by doing atogune puraparyoho ekadeshaha pararupam ekadeshaha, we get pachat. The pachat gets a pradipadiga sanya Kritadita samasascha as usual, and here we're deriving pullinge dvitiya ekavachanam, bringing the affix and then by navibhakta utasmaha, the makara is prevented from getting the it sanya, and then we bring in the numagamaha by 7170. Vidacham sarvanamasthaniya dhatoho, because shatru is a rikara as a it, so therefore it's a ugit. So that triggers the numagamaha by 7170. Vidachontyat paraha 1147. So it joins after the last vowel in pachat. So we get pacha num ta plus and then anubandha lopaha ukarasit sanya by upadeshe janunasika it, makarasit sanya bhalantyam tasya lopaha, and then we get Vachantam. Then we can do a anuswara adesha in place of the nakaraha by naschavadantasya jali, and finally anuswarasya parasavarnaha, we get pachantam, which is the dvitiya ekvachanam pullinge. Let's take another example. Let's say vahantim gangam pashya. Look at the river Ganga which is flowing. Now this pradipadikam vahat derived very similar to the way we derived pachat, because this is also in the bhavadi ganaha. Nothing much different from the derivation of pachat. But now this is qualifying Ganga, which is a feminine form. So we have to now add the appropriate stri pratyayaha. Recall Sutram 416, which is ugitascha. This is another effect of having Shatru being an ugit. Is in the feminine. Ugitascha applies to bring in the affix nip. So we get vahat plus nip because we know it's qualifying Ganga, which is a feminine form. So we get vahat plus nip anubandha lopaha lashakvat dite ngakarasit sanya halantyam pakarasit sanya tasya lopaha, we get vahat plus e. Now recall the important sutram 7181, which prescribes the numagamaha in this case. Please revise these rules very well from 7178 to 7181. We spent a long time on these rules in one class, about 1 hour. So they are very confusing sometimes. So please go back and revise this topic of numagamaha specific to the Shatru Pratyayaha, which is 7178, 79, 80, 81. Here we're using 7181 because we have the takara of the Shatru Pratyayaha, which is following the akaraha, which is of the Shap Pratyayaha. So bring in the agamaha num by 7181 midachontyat paraha. This num joins after the last vowel in the angam, which is the akaraha, following the hakaraha. So we get vah num ta. Anubandha lopaha, same as before. Upadeshe janunasika it ukarasya it sanya halantyam makarasya sanya tasya lopaha, we get vahanti. And same as before, we can do the anuswaradesha by naschapadantasya jhali anuswarasya yayi parasavarnaha, and this is how we get the form vahanti. So this illustrates how in the feminine this shatru being in ugit brings in the affix neep by ugitascha 416, we get the form vahanti. Then of course we have to decline it dvitiya ekavachanam and add the pratyaya and then amipurvaha, we get vahanti. Now let's take an example of a dhatu which is atmanepadi. This dhatu shing swapne is a nyat. It has the kavarga panchama nyakara as a it. So by anudatta nyata atmanepadam, it requires a atmanepadam to be used, atmanepadam affix to be used. So let's take the example. Shayanam chaitram pashya. First we derive the pradipadikam shayana. Usual steps: bring in the affix lat by vartamane lat, remove the letters by upadesha janana sakit alantyam tasya lopaha, because she la, and then in this case because she is atmanipadi dhatu, we use the shanach adesha in place of lat. Because of Tanganam Atmanipadam, Shanach has the Atmanipada Sanya. And remove these letters, Shakarasit Sanya Varashakvatadite, Shakarasit Sanya Bhalantyam Tasya Lopaha, we get Shi Ana. Now Shanach is also a Sarvadhatuka Pratyaha, which means what? The affix Shap come, because Kartari Shap Sarvadhatuke. Shanach is being used Kartari because of Kartari Krit. So now we get Shi Shap Ana by Kartari Shap 3168, but in this case this dhatu shing swapne belongs to the adadi ganaha. So adi prabhutibhya shapaha 2472, we get shap look, so the shap goes away, and then we get a special sutram 7421 which does the gunadeshaha shinga sarvadhatuke gunaha. So we get she ana, then echo yavaya vaha, we get shayana as the pradipadikam. Then we decline it pullinge dvitiya ekvachanam because qualifying chaitram. So we bring in the affix by 412 and then amipurvaha shayanam. Now one thing to notice is that the sutram 32123 says vartamane latta. Again Panini says in 32124 lataha. Now what's the point in saying lataha again? Because we could have used the anuvritti of lat from the prior sutram. So that indicates that Panini is signaling something more by this sutram 32124. And the Siddhanta Kaumudi says ladityanuvartamane punar lad grahanat prathama samanadhikaranyepi kvachit, which means that the fact that Panini has repeated lat in this sutram 32124 by saying lataha instead of using the anuvritti which is coming from the prior sutram, you understand that sometimes, once in a while, rarely, this Shatru or Shanach Adeshaha might come in place of lat even when the form so derived has Samanadhikaranyam with a Prathamantam Padam, with a noun which is ending in the nominative case. For example, San Brahmana, instead of Brahmanosti, we say San Brahmana. So here Brahmana is ending in the Prathama Ekavachanam. So it's Prathamantam Padam. In spite of that, we see the Shatru Adesha being used in place of lat. Instead of Asti, we have San Brahmana. So this is a extension of 32124, even though the sutram says aprathama samana adhikarane. Because of the repetition of lat in 32124, the grammarians conclude that Panini is signaling that once in a while we may see the Shatru Shanach Adesha in place of lat, even when there is prathama samana adhikaranyam. So San Brahmanaha, here this San is derived from the verbal root as, which is asa bhuvi. In the adadi ganaha derivation is similar as before. Bring in the lat by vartamane lat, anubandha lope as plus la. Then bring the Shatru Adesha by 32124. Let us Shatru Shana Chava Pratama Samana Adhikarane. And in this case, this is a Parasimapadi Dhatuho. So bring in the Shatru Adesha and anubandha lope at. And after that we bring in Kartari Shap because Shatru has the sanya of Sarvadhatukam. It is being used Kartari. But this Dhatu belongs to the Adadi Ganaha, so Adi Prabhutibhya Shapaha Shap look. The affix at has sanya of sarvadhatukam by 34113. Things is sarvadhatukam. It's also apit. So therefore by 124 becomes nitvat. And that allows 64111, which is shnasoral lopaha, to apply and remove the akar of us, and we get the form sat. And sat is declined just like we declined Pachat. Similarly, is declination of Sat. But in this case, we have Prathama Ekvachanam. We add the affix Su Anubandha Lope Sa, and then bring in the Agamaha Num, because Sa has the Svanamastana Sanya here because of Sudanapumsakasya. So therefore, bring in the Num Agamaha, we get Sa Num Ta Miduchontyat Paraha, the Num join after the last vowel in the Angam. And then Anubandha Lope, we get Sa Nat Sa. Then the sakara of the affix takes lopaha by 6168. Halinyabhyo dirgha sutisya praktam hal. And then finally we do sanyogantasya lopaha, get the form san. Now after this we cannot apply na lopa prajabadikantasya because of purvatrasiddha. So this is how we get the form sun. So this is one little trick in the sutram, is that because of the repetition of lataha in 3 to 124, we have a little loophole here which allows this Kshatriya Shanish to come in even when there is Prathama Samana Adhikaranyam. So this is an extremely important sutram. Many forms are derived from this sutram. This present participle is used commonly in many places. So please make yourself familiar with this sutram. Of course, we will be taking a number of examples as we go along.